So welcome back to Inverness in the Spotlight. We're so glad you stayed with us, and we have one more segment ahead of us. In this part, we're going to talk again about some insurance issues, but this time it's going to be from a whole different area. So with us here is George Binston, and he is Insurance by George, correct? Did I get that right?
You got that right.
All right. So welcome back. We've had you on a couple times,
Yep.
and each time it's always been some interesting, I've always learned something, so it's been so interesting. So hope you had some nice holidays.
We did, thank you.
So, and again, here we are starting off the new year, and you're going to tell us about what type of insurance this year you're going to talk about?
Well, tonight I'm going to talk about final expense and annuities, saving money.
Everybody likes
making
to save
money.
Making money and saving money.
CD rates have gotten so low, I mean, it's hardly worth even considering. And of course, CDs are very restrictive. You have to leave your money till the term is up.
Right,
and,
right.
Penalties if you take it out and you lose this, you lose that. And so it really doesn't pay off. If your money is not earning you at least 3% in today's market, you're not making any money.
Right, it's not
even
the
at
truth.
3%, you're just barely treading water. But the reason I say that is today I have a program where we can guarantee you 3.5% for 5 years.
Wow.
3.3% for 5 years. Excuse me, I get the numbers mixed up. And that's an extremely good program. 5 years is average. Now, with an annuity, this is a fixed annuity. Your money is 100% safe. It'll never go down. Your principal is always there. Secondly, you have access to your money. In other words, everybody worries about annuities. Oh, you got a penalty if you take money out, blah, blah, blah. Well, there are certain restrictions that have to be there to give you a better return. And in the case of these annuities, you can take 10% out every year without any penalty.
Oh, good to
So
know.
that gives you a little access to your money. Annuities are like anything else. If they're used properly and if they're placed properly, they're the best thing you can have. The trouble is so many people are sitting with CDs and they rely on the interest on the CDs. You know, let's say they have a 3-year CD and it comes up and they renew it and then they take the interest out and they're going to live on the interest for a little while or spend it or whatever the case may be. Well, you don't have any interest to spend today. There's nothing
Yeah, the
in
way
there.
the rates are going.
No,
exactly.
The highest rate on a 5-year CD in the state of Florida right now is 2.1%.
Okay.
And that's very restrictive. And you've got to have a certain amount of money to get into it and so on. We have a...
So what are some of your requirements?
Well, ours is a minimum of 10,000.
Okay.
And, you know, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, whatever people want to put in. And if, as you saw on the screen a moment ago, if you want to put in for 7 or 10 years, you can get some better rates, 3.6 and 3.9. A lot of people, I've always advised people when I'm advising them on their finances if they're going to have CDs, they should ladder them. Have some come due in 6 months and then a year and so on.
Right.
And
Stagger them out.
That's the best way to have flexibility and not have to take something out when it might be penalized.
Exactly.
Well, you can do the same with annuities.
Oh, okay.
So people can do it either way they want, and they make some pretty good money that way. But having said that, I hope some people will call. I sent some cards out to my clients a few days ago, and I've been getting calls right and left.
Oh, really? Okay,
because
good.
apparently everybody's getting sick and tired of not making any money.
Right, we got something in the mail the other day. It was like 0.9%.
Yeah.
Point.
Oh, yeah. And that's supposed to be great.
It's like, well, it used to be 0.4, so I guess 0.9 is better.
You know, that's
or
the trouble.
0.1.
Money market accounts and CDs just aren't paying anything.
Yes.
IRA's another thing. An IRA, of course, if you have to take out your money, your minimum distribution, why then you want to take out enough so you can put it in something else or spend it whatever you want. But having said that, I'd like to get into the final expense because a lot of people you're seeing commercials all the time on TV, and quite honestly, there's nothing wrong with any of them, but they're all, when you're paying for Alex Trebek and different people to tout it, you know the cost is going to be paid somewhere. So it's much better to deal with somebody like myself who handles several different companies and can find you a better deal. The thing is, a lot of people worry about, well, can I qualify? Well, I have programs that anybody can get into. They don't have to worry about any problems, diabetes, heart attack, stroke, anything like that.
And this is insurance for what again? I'm sorry?
It's life insurance.
Life insurance.
Called final expense.
Final expense, okay.
There's small policies that people like to get to take care of their funeral and different things.
Okay, so the final expenses.
Right,
Okay, I
that's
got
it,
you.
yeah.
All right.
Funerals are going up. The average funeral they claim nationwide now is $7,200, going up all the time. So a lot of people just don't have it. They don't want to put that burden on their loved ones. So for a few dollars a month, they can have a nice little policy that will give them cash value. If they need to borrow something once in a while, they can do that. And otherwise, they have something that their loved ones are going to appreciate because it'll take care of, you know, all the problems that come up when they pass away. And believe it or not, there are a lot more problems than you think. When I first moved to Florida, my first job was working in pre-arranging funerals.
Okay.
And I gained a great deal of respect for the funeral homes and the plight of the
individuals that
individuals
are
left over,
handling all those arrangements.
Yeah.
And those are difficult times when your loved ones just passed away.
Let me tell you, you're under such a strain,
yeah.
and you have to do it right away, and it leaves you.
And if you haven't done these arrangements ahead of time, then it makes it even more
That's
complicated.
exactly right.
All right.
So I like to push that because I find that that's an area that people seem to get the most relief out of, and they feel comfortable with it.
As we just had Laura on here a few minutes ago, you're offering a peace of mind service as well.
That's right.
With these final expense
And I have these what we call memorial planning guides that I give out to people. So even if somebody, if they want to find out about the program, just for letting them come and tell them about it, I'll give them a memorial guide that they can use.
Okay.
Planning guide, which is very important because when you pass away, if you have your things in a safety deposit box or a will, it's not done until after the funeral.
Exactly.
So your heirs want to know where it is.
Exactly. So people want to get a hold of you about these two wonderful services you have. Where can they call you?
866-754-7832.
Very good. And you have a website.
Absolutely. SeniorVisor.net.
SeniorVisor.net. Fantastic. Well, thank you, George, for coming and sharing that information.
Always great. Good
thank
to
you
see
so
you
much.
again.
So thank you for joining us this evening. We're really pleased to have you with us. So next week, come back again on Monday evening for another segment of Inverness in the Spotlight.